Dwarf Fortress is hard, but it's also a lot of fun and totally worth learning. I remember when I first started learning, one of the things that confused me the most was stairs and channeling and anything to do with levels. So I think it's going to benefit us all to be able to see it from a different angle, from the side. So let's get started. When your 7 dwarves arrive at their new home, they're going to want to dig in before whatever's coming to kill them comes and kills them. All you need is a dwarf with the mining labor enabled and a pickaxe. So we can dig down anywhere we want. But first, let's dig over a bit underneath this big, beautiful mountain, because that's just what dwarves do. So hit lowercase d on your keyboard, which will open up the designate menu. I like to think of the designate menu as taking stuff away from the map. For instance, you designate plants to be gathered, or trees to be chopped, or mines to be dug, which is what we're going to do now. Hit M, so DM, and select a couple tiles, and he'll mine out that mountain. When your dwarves mine out a level, what does it mean? What does it look like? Well, to me, it looks like this. This is a level. It consists of 2 parts. There's this main middle part, the bulk of the level, and then there's the floor, which acts as a barrier between levels and is what your dwarves walk on. And when you mine, the floor is actually left behind. Next, what we want to do is go downward, so now hit J. Under the designate menu, J stands for downward stairway, of course. So designate a tile, and he digs the downward stairway. Now, he can't go down to the next level with just a downward stairway. He can see down there, he can see what type of stone it is, but he can't actually go and transfers to the level below. We need to do another step. Hit I stands for up down stairway, and designate the tile below, and he'll dig that out. Now he can actually go down to the next level. He goes through the hole in the floor that the downward stairway created, and he uses those stairs, and he gets down to the next level and he punches another hole, which is all performed in one step, the up-down stairway. So let's finish off this series of stairways by hitting U to designate a upward stairway, and designate another tile below. He'll dig it out, and you see it's just like an up-down stairway without the downward component. He creates the stairway that he can actually walk on to get to the next level, but he doesn't punch the hole. So sometimes you don't want to punch a hole into the next layer, you know. There's things down there you don't want to dig too deep. You know this. Okay, so let's recap. This is a downward stairway, this is an up-down stairway, and this is an upward stairway. Makes sense now, right? That's not the only way you can get between levels. There's also the channel. And channeling is kind of unusual in that you designate the layer below where your dwarf actually is, and he just digs a hole. So first let's mine a couple over, and then we'll channel downward. Hit H in the designate menu. 1, 2, 3. So what actually happened here? Well, this is what happened. The floor is completely removed, and also the bulk of the level below. So basically you just dug a big old pit. Now you're asking yourself, what are those? What are those triangle things? Well, they don't look like that exactly in the game. They look like this. And you should see them all over the place in the overhead map. Anytime there's a change in elevation, these are probably on the border of that change. What they are ramps, or natural slopes. I like to think of them as little piles of debris. So when we dug this hole down, there's these little piles of debris that lean up against a wall, allowing the dwarf to transverse the layers by walking up and down this slope. The reason why there's not one in the middle is because the walls on either side of it were removed and the pile collapsed. So you don't even have to use stairs in your fort if you don't want to. You can have ramps going down, spiraling around each other. You just have to go over one, down, over, down, over, down. and I do know that they're required if you want to have multi-level minecarts. So that's it. We'll retire from this fortress. I'm sure these dwarves will be just fine. I hope you learned something. And if you liked it, like it. If you want to see more videos like this, subscribe. And if you're feeling generous, this is a free game, so give the creators of Dwarf Fortress some of your money and then give me the rest. Have fun.